In courtrooms across America, verdicts can reshape a young life in seconds. For these teenagers, some barely old enough to drive, the moment a judge delivers a life sentence becomes a collision between their past decisions and an irreversible future. Their reactions reveal fear, denial, anger, and sometimes a heartbreaking realization of the consequences of their actions. Today, we examine 5 cases where teenage defendants received devastating sentences, and how each reacted when they realized they would spend the rest of their lives behind bars. 1. Shaell Jackson, a murder case in Milwaukee. Inside the Milwaukee County Courthouse, 18-year-old Shaell Jackson stood before a judge after being convicted of murdering a university student. According to investigators, Jackson and a friend were hunting for victims late at night when they saw 21-year-old college student Nathan Potter leaving a bar. They stalked him, confronted him, and demanded money. When Jackson learned Potter didn't have cash on him, he shot him, killing him instantly. The day after the murder, Jackson fled the state and traveled to Mississippi. His own uncle would later tip off authorities, leading to Jackson's arrest. In the courtroom, his behavior shocked many. As he sat through the trial, Jackson appeared indifferent, even gesturing and smirking at the victim's grieving family as deputies escorted him out. Moments before sentencing, Jackson's mother addressed the court. She tearfully explained that she first learned of the killing through the news and expressed disbelief that her son could be involved. "My son is not a monster," she insisted, pleading for mercy. When Jackson himself spoke, he apologized and begged the court not to take his life away. But the judge delivered the maximum punishment: life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Jackson immediately erupted in anger, shouting and resisting deputies as his family cried out in the courtroom. His co-defendant, who acted as the lookout, later received a 12-year sentence. 2. Jennifer Mee. From hiccup girl to life sentence. In the Pinellas County Justice Center, Jennifer Mee, once known worldwide as the Hiccup Girl, stood facing a first-degree murder charge at just 19 years old. Mee became a media sensation at age 15 after developing uncontrollable hiccups. But years later, she returned to the public eye for far darker reasons. Prosecutors allege that Mee set up a robbery by luring a 22-year-old man she met online to a vacant house. Her boyfriend and another friend were waiting inside. The robbery went wrong, and the victim was shot and killed. For all 3 involved, the crime yielded only $50. Police arrested Mee, her boyfriend Lamont Newton, and friend Laren Rayford within hours. In jail, Mee made a recorded phone call to her mother, admitting she set everything up. This recording became a key piece of evidence for the prosecution. A jury found her guilty of first-degree murder under Florida's felony murder law, which allows accomplices in a fatal crime to be punished as severely as the individual who pulled the trigger. When the judge read her sentence, life in prison without parole, Mee stood silent as the reality set in. Her co-defendants also received life sentences. 3. Dylan Shoemaker. A babysitter's deadly outburst. In a Buffalo, New York courtroom, 16-year-old Dylan Shoemaker wept as he entered for sentencing. Shoemaker had been convicted of second-degree murder for killing his girlfriend's 23-month-old child while babysitting. According to investigators, he became frustrated when the toddler wouldn't stop crying and beat him severely. The child later died from his injuries. Throughout the trial, Shoemaker insisted he never meant to harm the child, but prosecutors introduced a damning recording, a phone call Shoemaker made to his mother from jail. In the call, he bragged, "I'm a 16-year-old blonde. All I have to do is cry in front of the jury and they'll feel sorry for me." In court, Shoemaker sobbed, telling the judge he would give his own life to undo what happened. But the judge rejected his emotional display, citing the recorded call as evidence that his tears were manipulative rather than genuine. Shoemaker received a sentence of 25 years to life, later reduced to 18 years to life on appeal. 4. Brandon Spencer. A party turns to chaos. At the Los Angeles County Superior Court, 19-year-old Brandon Spencer faced 4 counts of attempted murder. On Halloween night, Spencer attended a crowded party on the University of Southern California campus. Chaos erupted when gunfire broke out. 4 people were shot but survived. Prosecutors argued that the shooting stemmed from a gang feud and that Spencer was a documented gang member. Spencer denied involvement, claiming he fled the scene like everyone else. Police, however, detained him half a mile away shortly after the shooting and later charged him. During sentencing, nearly 50 friends and family members packed the courtroom. As the judge began delivering his decision, Spencer broke down, slamming his head on the table as deputies struggled to restrain him. He was sentenced to 40 years to life for the attempted murders. 5. Martis Fuller, a deadly break-in in Wisconsin. In Kenosha County, Wisconsin, 15-year-old Martis Fuller stood trial for the murder of his ex-girlfriend and the attempted murder of her mother. According to testimony, Fuller broke into their home armed with a handgun. His ex-girlfriend was in her bedroom listening to music when Fuller shot and killed her. Her mother rushed out of her own room after hearing the gunfire and was shot twice but survived. The surviving mother identified Fuller as the shooter. Although he maintained his innocence, the jury convicted him of first-degree intentional homicide and related charges. When the verdict was read, Fuller appeared emotional for the first time during the entire trial. Before sentencing, Fuller submitted a written statement expressing sorrow for the family's pain, but insisting he was not the person the media portrayed him as. The judge, unconvinced, declared that Fuller posed a danger to the public and sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of extended supervision. Fuller showed almost no reaction as he was led away. These cases reveal the devastating consequences of violent actions committed at a young age, moments that forever alter the lives of victims, families, and the teenage offenders themselves. Courts may deliver justice, but every sentence reflects a deeper tragedy, a future cut short, a family broken, and a life defined not by potential, but by a single irreversible act.